Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Philadelphia 76ers potentially signing nine-time All-Star Paul George. Now, it was just reported by Bleacher Report that insiders expect Clippers star to sign 76ers contract this offseason. Now, Paul George can become a free agent if he declines his $48.1 million player option this offseason, and he would become a free agent this summer. He's a 9-time All-Star. He's a one-time Steel champion. He's a 6-time All-NBA. And this season, he was an All-Star He's played in 66 games, 66 starts. He's also, not only that, but he's also eligible for any awards this season. He's passed the 65-game requirement. He's averaged 23 points per game this year. He's averaged 4 assists per game. He's averaged over 5 rebounds per game at 5.3. From 3, he is shooting 40.1%, which is the highest. 40.9%, which is the highest he has shot since the 2021 season. And his field goal percentage is 47%, which is the highest he's shot in his career. I think, it's the 47%. He's shooting a career high field goal percentage as well. The highest before that in his career was a 16-17 season with the Indiana Pacers at 46.1%. So best field goal percentage of his career. I'd love for the 76ers to sign Paul George. I think Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, and Joel Embiid would be really fun to watch. And I think bringing in Paul George would be, bringing in that star that, they need. They need another star and to potentially help them to win and reach the breaking point of, being a contender. But I do wonder, James and Paul are close. I'm talking about James Harden. James and Paul George are close. I'm assuming they're close. They're on the same team. They talk good about each other. They have good chemistry on the court. I think the whole Clippers team have good chemistry on the court. I would think in this, potential topic coming up with the two guys that James Harden would be talking bad about Daryl Morey, telling him everything that's happened with Daryl Morey. I'm not calling James Harden a liar because I think what he says about Daryl Morey is true, but maybe he makes some potential lies up to Paul George to potentially try to get him to stay with the Clippers and not have him leave for the 76ers, his old team, and, lose Paul George to the GM he hates in Daryl Morey. And he's also said there's no way in hell those two guys will ever rekindle their friendship or their bond that they had in Houston and Philadelphia. It is broken. So I would just think James Harden might be bad-mouthing Daryl Morey around Paul George. Would that change things for Paul George potentially is what I'm just throwing around there? Or does he potentially want to play with Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey so bad? And they also have enough money to throw at him, throw at him to potentially to get him to leave LA. Now I think LA would also things with the Clippers would get interesting if Paul George leaves, because then you got the question: does James Harden stay in LA? Does he stay with Kawhi? And if James decides to leave the LA alongside Paul George, does Kawhi request a trade? I think this offseason, if the Clippers don't win, I think you have to win this year. I think it would take something big for Paul George not to leave for Philadelphia. I mean, unless they win a championship or unless they go to the Western Conference Finals and they're like 1 or 2 games short, I see Paul George leaving this offseason. Now, I definitely could see James re-signing. I wouldn't be surprised if James re-signing, but I think Paul George leaves. Let me know your thoughts on... But it's early. The season's not even over yet. But I did see that, so I wanted to talk about Paul George potentially signing with the 76ers. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.